Hello, everybody. Welcome back to NFL Throwdown. This is your boy, Big Sin, and I am here, as always, with the homie, Jay Black. How you doing, bro?
We good, man. We real good. Wonderful Saturday night. We got tomorrow some AFC and NFC championship games to decide the fate of the Super Bowl, and I am excited.
And coming off of where in the wild card round, we were a whopping 0-4.
Yes.
We come in this week going 3-1.
Yes.
So we did good. But let's start off with the hot take. I think it's a good news for the team that this happened with. It's probably bad. It's bad news for the dude who it happened to. The Indianapolis Colts have informed their general manager that his services are no longer needed and he can have the best of luck in his future endeavors. It's about fucking time.
Yes. You draft a franchise quarterback.
And then you don't draft any offensive linemen.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did everything right except draft an offensive lineman and draft quarterbacks. Yeah. Probably not a good thing.
And only brought in one wide receiver.
Exactly. Why fucking Hilton? Well, I mean.
Anyway, let's talk about the winners in the NFL instead of the losers. Okay. The losers are for another time. So let's get started off with the divisional round, the results of our 4 games. First, we started off with the Seattle Seahawks going to Atlanta and getting manhandled. Russell Wilson literally made the L on that safety.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. There was no excuses on that safety, bro. There was no excuses on the whole game, period. The Seahawks, remember we said there was going to be problems eventually. How are they going to mess with a high-powered offense such as the Atlanta Falcons? That was the one thing we called out, and they had no answer for it whatsoever, and they couldn't come from behind and save their ass.
Without Earl Thomas in that defensive backfield, that defense is not the Legion of Boom.
Pretty much.
Richard Sherman, you're awesome. You should have disclosed your injury. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Cam Chancellor, you can only do so much, my boy. That soft-ass corner they had playing opposite Sherman, y'all, they got abused.
Yeah, a whole big bag of notes, bro. A whole big bag of notes.
Hold on, let me check out this stat line real quick. Okay. Russell Wilson, 17-30, 225, 2 touches, and 2 INTs. Russell Wilson also led the team in rushing. Yeah, they should really try to talk Marshawn Lynch into not retiring.
Yeah, they've had running back problems ever since he retired, bro. Like, there's been no excuse for what happened down there. I mean, now let's look at the opposite of what we were talking about here. So we talked about the Seahawks. Let's talk about the Falcons here. Matt Ryan, 26 of 37 for 338, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions against the Legion of Boom, bro.
Against the Legion of
Here's a thought, though. Something that somebody didn't realize. Devontae Freeman was their leading receiver in that game. 4 catches for 80 yards.
Julio Jones got his. Mohamed Sanu got his.
Coleman got his. But but Devontae Freeman led all players in yards, which tells you that they don't have to use Julio Jones as the main threat. They can get you either way.
They are going to be a tough out for anybody, and especially tomorrow. We will get to that game because I think the curtain is going to be called on. Yeah, when we talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
The next game we're going to talk about is how a 18-point win is considered a struggle. The Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. The Patriots beat these men 34-16 in what many are calling a struggle for the Patriots.
Yes, because
I'm going to give mad props to Jadeveon Clowney. Okay?
Yeah.
I thought this man was going to be a bust when he got drafted out of South Carolina. And for the first couple years, he proved my point. But in J.J. Watt's absence, this man has stepped up and showed why he is the number one pick of that draft.
No, most definitely. Let me see what I have here, stat-wise. Tom Brady, here's the thing, 18 of 38 for 287s. The 2 interceptions wasn't necessarily the issue as much as the 2 picks was. Deion Lewis was doing Deion Lewis things. He got himself a touchdown.
Let's talk about Deion Lewis real quick. The first player in NFL history to have a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a kickoff touchdown in a playoff game.
Yep.
And people need to realize this is his first playoff game.
Yeah.
The Patriots are now 16-0 when Deion Lewis is on the field. That's what we call a difference maker.
Shows you everything you need to know. They spread the ball around. Edelman was the main guy. 8 catches, 137. Hogan, 4 catches, 95 yards. Deion Lewis, 2 catches, 23. He got himself a touchdown. James White got himself a receiving touchdown. Michael Floyd got a catch. Martellus Bennett got a catch. But let's look at what the defense did. I mean, I don't call it a struggle where the defense is playing as well as it did. And part of me actually thinks that that Tom Brady was trying to get in Jadeveon Clowney's head too.
Yeah, those two, they had an interesting back and forth throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady the way he competes, and I know it's funny because when Aaron Rodgers gets so outlandish, it's his competitive spirit, it's this and that. When Tom Brady does it, he's a crybaby. Right?
Of course. That's what they say.
That hit that Brady was complaining about was a late hit. It wasn't called. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. Brady has the right to tell the referee his fucking opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And people who have watched Brady for 16 years now should know the motherfucker ain't gonna shut his mouth.
Of course not. And that's kind of where I was trying to get at. Like with I think he used the strategy of him complaining as a way to kind of get Clowney overconfident, because you saw towards the end of the game, Clowney was no longer a factor.
Yeah, the second half, Clowney was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, the game was close, and then all of a sudden, New England pulled away.
And what really was the deciding factor was the Devin McCourty interception.
Yeah.
Because when he intercepted that ball, Jadeveon Clowney lost everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Shout out to the Patriots, though, for reaching, what is it? They're now, I think, 11 AFC Championship game.
Yeah, this is the 7th in a row.
Yeah, 7th in a row and 11 total in this Tom Brady era. Interesting.
That's fucking dominance, man.
Yeah.
No, well, let's look at the stats on the other side of the field. We had Brock Osweiler, 23 of 40, 197, a touchdown and 3 interceptions. Brock Osweiler, you're playing against the best scoring defense in the NFL. This one wasn't your fault.
But yet it was.
Yes.
He's a man that got paid $70-some million to be a franchise quarterback. And he has yet to prove that he even remotely is close to one. Let's be honest here. Brock Osweiler, this experiment is not worked. Yes, I understand that the Patriots.
It's the first year.
Yeah. Well, I understand that the Patriots defense is good. We're not going to question the Patriots defense at all. at the same time, he could have done a lot better than 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. There's been some better quarterback play from quarterbacks that are making less money than Brock Osweiler against the Patriots this year. So,
well, yeah, and I mean, in Brock Osweiler's defense, he came from Denver, where the offense was probably a little simpler than Bill O'Brien's offense.
Yeah.
And he did have more than one weapon on the outside. The only weapon he really has is DeAndre Hopkins, because Lamar Miller is off injured. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And in this matchup, Logan Ryan held DeAndre Hopkins under 100 yards. He held him to 6 catches and 65 yards.
Yeah.
Logan Ryan has become an elite corner in the NBA.
Yeah.
In the NBA. The NFL. Son of a bitch. Anyway.
And you got Malcolm Butler, you got McCourty, you got
Logan Ryan, Eric Rowe.
That defense is slowly becoming a bunch of no-names, too.
Let's not forget about Patrick Chung, the resurgence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, all right, so next we are going to move on to it really was the game of the weekend, just like it was built up to be. And I said, bye-bye, Dallas. Green Bay going to Dallas and defeating the Cowboys 34-31 in an absolute thriller. The game shouldn't have been that close because Green Bay came out and they bitch-slapped Dallas in the first half.
Oh, yeah, they cracked them in the mouth. Exactly what she's supposed to do. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, king of the goddamn fucking Hail Mary. I don't even understand how in the blue hell. Like, they showed a bunch of Aaron Rodgers Hail Marys today on the NFL Network. I'm like, really? Really? I really forgot that this nigga been doing this shit the whole damn time.
The dude is special, man. There's something about him that he just wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, let's break down this last play with Jared Cook.
Okay.
I give all the credit in the world to Jared Cook on this catch because that is a big man.
Yeah.
Sliding, both feet in bounds, and just a spectacular catch right on the sideline.
Yeah. Yeah, half of me even thinks that he didn't even realize that he caught it. He thought that he was out of bounds, to be dead honest with you. I think he was even surprised that it was a catch, like it was ruled a catch, as half the world was, because the call got overturned. It was overturned correctly. I have no idea.
But you know who we need to give the credit to, though?
Who?
The credit needs to go to a man who has nothing but ice water in his veins. He made 3 straight 50-yard field goals in this game. Only 2 of them counted, but 3.
Yeah.
Mason Crosby, who was threatened to be cut from the Green Bay Packers last year because of struggles. It's
crazy, right? Because his first year he was deemed as the savior kicker of the Packers. The second year he's deemed as one of the people that was supposed to get cut. And then now he's back in the savior's land again.
A 54-yarder and 2 straight 51-yarders.
Yep.
At the end of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Bay and Dallas.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna tell you all, like I told Oakland Raider fans last week. Don't talk shit. You start buying your own hype. And from what I was reading, a fight broke out between Dallas Cowboy fans where actually one guy got killed in the fight.
Yeah, I heard about that. They were related. They were brothers, I believe. Yeah, I heard about that very well.
Y'all motherfuckers need to quit being so goddamn sensitive. You the same motherfuckers out there breaking Starbucks windows during Trump's inauguration speech when Starbucks are the ones who paid for Hillary's campaign.
I know, right? Nobody's making any sense.
Anyway, Dallas, go sit in the fucking corner, bitch, like Green Bay told you to.
Pretty much.
Now let's move on to the 4th and final game. The only game we got wrong this weekend, which is no surprise to probably neither one of us because of what it was. The Pittsburgh Steelers going to Kansas City, defeating the Chiefs on 6 field goals by the Steelers kicker.
The defense of the Kansas City Chiefs didn't live up to some of the hype as.
Well, they lived up to it in the red zone.
Oh yeah, but I mean they let the rushing yards, 171 yards on the ground. That's not a good look. Not under any circumstances. It's not a good look.
Well, no shit.
I mean, come on
Le'Veon
now.
Bell right now is having probably the best playoffs running the football I've seen probably in my lifetime.
Oh yeah. And now, I mean, the Steelers dominated the time of possession. They had 7 third down, like completed third downs in the first downs, versus the Kansas City 2 of them. I don't know what happened. All I can tell you that it was bad.
Now, all right, Kansas City. I said this last week. They're the same team that got cut through by the Patriots last year.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is decent. The offense, they rely way too heavily on big plays this year. Last year wasn't like that. Last year was all running game. This year, they expected Travis Kelce to be Rob Gronkowski. Where Kelce, a lot of this is his fault, even though he wants to go out and blame the officials. But he dropped that pass that would have dropped them on the 15-yard line for the win.
Yeah.
Halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It was in his hands. They dropped it. He had a Des Bryant moment, and he wants to blame the officials, just like the Cowboy fans are blaming the officials. But Dallas, I'm going to say one more thing to you guys. It was shitty officiating on both teams.
Pretty much.
Just because you lose, take the L and walk away. You look like a bitch trying to make excuses.
Shame.
And we always say it's the realest football talk show on the internet.
But you're right. Shame on motherfucking Dallas. Which leads me into the greatest quote that I heard this week.
Do it. Show the savagery.
They said, the reporter asked, what does home field advantage mean to you, Bill Belichick? I don't know. Go ask Kansas City and Dallas.
Bill Belichick with the greatest sound bites in history.
Yes.
He had to make up for saying snap face and InstaChat, okay?
Snap face and InstaChat.
Bill, my boy, that quote saying "Go ask Dallas or Kansas City" was probably the most savage shit that has been said all season.
Yeah. I mean, but it's crazy because you have a reporter that asks you, after 2 teams lose their home games, their playoff home games after a bye week. I mean, come on now, they set themselves up for that.
Well, the thing is, that's the kind of answer you would expect from Mike Tomlin, because that's like a road team answer.
Exactly.
No, we have a 14-2 team. Talk about go ask Dallas to Kansas City, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, exactly. Home field don't mean shit. It's all about the 60 football minutes that the game is played. That's it, bro. It ain't nothing else. And that was a point that we was trying to stress. You see, the Dallas fans were thinking that this was their year. This is our year, guys. Yay! And no.
Now I'm not gonna be everything bad about Dallas. I give Dak Prescott, young man, you played your ass off. You brought the team back.
Yep. Yeah, he did everything that he could within his scope. And we'll be honest though that Green Bay has like one of the worst passing defenses in the NFL, but one of the best running defenses in the NFL. I don't know. I mean, I think they should have came out firing just like they would normally do, but hey, I can't call it.
If as long as Dallas doesn't jump the gun and pull some Jerry Jones shit And Tony Romo's our starter. Fuck it, Dak Prescott. Dallas would be just fine with this new quarterback and running back situation they have.
Oh yeah. Well, if they do it, I think they need to do a trade for Tony Romo. I think you're gonna see him probably in Dallas or fucking New York. Not Dallas, Denver or New York.
Denver, New York, or San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't want him in San Francisco.
Yeah, you do.
Not with our O-line, we don't. Shit.
Well, that's why you want him, so he can finally get out of the NFL.
It's fucked up. Oh.
Not only is the coach savage, but so are the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so now let's move up to tomorrow's conference championship games. There's only 3 games left and 2 that actually mean something.
Yeah.
2 weeks left that actually mean something, man.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be sitting here like, okay, I guess we're talking basketball and baseball for 6 months until the NFL comes back. But that's okay. So first, let's start off with the Green Bay Packers going to go play the final game at the Georgia Dome at the Atlanta Falcons. This house is going to be raucous, loud, violent, hot, fucking.
This is the last game going to be played in the Georgia Dome. That's all I'm going to say. It is going to be the last game that is going to be played in the Georgia Dome.
Do we give Green Bay a snowball's chance in hell of winning this game?
Oh, yeah, very easily. I mean,
you know why? Because the second best number 12 on the field this weekend is playing.
Yeah, Aaron fucking Rodgers, dude. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. It's not that Atlanta has a bad defense. It's just that Aaron Rodgers is that fucking good. You see, he tossed 3 Hail Mary plays against. What was the first round game? He tossed 3 Hail Mary plays
against the Giants.
Yeah. Like really, like I don't know. Like this is Aaron Rodgers can score points in bunches. Matt Ryan can score points in bunches. What it's going to come down to is who's going to make the first mistake. Is Matty Ice going to melt? Is Aaron Rodgers going to go look mortal? I don't fucking know.
Well, okay, so the only thing that might hurt Green Bay at this point in time is they are so thin and stretched out a wide receiver due to injury.
Yeah.
Jordy Nelson won't be playing again. The healthiest wide receiver they have is Randall Cobb, DeAndre, whatever the fuck his name is. The other dude, he's got a bum ankle.
Yeah.
Fourth receiver's got a hurt shoulder.
Yeah.
They're going to need Christian Michael to try and pull something out of his ass, and number 88 Montgomery, who's going back to wide receiver for this game. From the running back position, it's going to have to be Aaron Rodgers' magic.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's going to be a lot. It's going to be rockiest, whatever the hell. It's going to be most raucous crowd, I think, ever in football history. Even more so than 12th man in Seattle with the NFC Championship game on the line. I don't see how this ends well for other teams. I don't see how other teams. Well, other teams. I mean, if the Falcons go past, let's say if they got to play the Patriots or the Steelers, that's going to be a hell of a fucking matchup. I literally think that the Falcons have the best offense in the playoffs right now.
I agree with that.
Hands down. And I don't see many teams being able to match up with them very well outside of the New England, because New England finds personnel. I mean, let's say I can honestly say if the Falcons and the Patriots played each other, then Bill Belichick is going to spend the next 2 weeks planning.
See, the Patriots have probably the most physical defense in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown said it today. Malcolm Butler puts his hands on you more than any other corner in the NFL. He's not afraid of confrontation. He's not afraid to punch you in the mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 5 yards. 5 yards. Put hands on him.
And Malcolm Butler is a very physical corner.
Oh yeah. Plays man ball like it was nothing. I honestly think in this particular case, given all of the factors that are going against Green Bay, I think there's too much to overcome. My money is on Atlanta to win this game and head to the Super Bowl.
The one thing I will guarantee about this game, we've said this before about guarantees with this certain statistic, and it hasn't really worked out in our favor, but this will be the highest scoring game in playoff history.
Oh, yeah. If this turns into a defensive matchup, I will be very fucking surprised. These are two teams with pass defenses in the 20s, in the lower half of the league. This is going to get real crazy real fast.
And Green Bay better hope that some of these young guys they got coming to play wide receiver have their track shoes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm picking Atlanta to win this game by probably a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think, like I said, the most raucous crowd in NFL history is going to be coming tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely because it is the last game at the Georgia Dome.
Yeah. It's going to be insane.
So now we're going to move on to the we forgot. I didn't want to mention this. I was going to mention it during the Pittsburgh-Kansas City talk. Antonio Brown, you see what Mr. Me and Black are doing right here? This is respectable. What you did after that Chiefs game was a slap in the face to everybody on your team, my friend.
Yeah.
That was a slap in the face to your coach, Big Ben, and whoever else was speaking in there. And when he said we're going to keep it down on social media, and Antonio Brown's exact quote was, "Man, fuck that shit." My boy, you just got out of the game. You just beat the Chiefs by 2 points on a holding call that don't really get called on that play.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to be on Facebook Live smiling and broadcasting what Mike Tomlin is saying about the New England Patriots, who you have on the schedule next.
Yeah, exactly.
Pittsburgh is going up against a quarterback who, in the playoffs against the Pittsburgh Steelers, is 4-0. He averages 4 touchdowns a game and 375 yards passing. And that is when Pittsburgh had a good defense. And Tom Brady did not have the weapons he has now.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is going to be close at first, but it's going to turn into a blowout, I say, in the third quarter. I think it's going to be close within the first 2 quarters, and then it's going to get ridiculous as shit with that.
Okay. The big wild card in this game, is Ben Roethlisberger's play.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm pretty sure you know, Ben Roethlisberger ain't exactly healthy right now, but playing with injury, he's one of the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that being said, he has not really played well against New England, no matter how bad or good their defense is. Bill Belichick knows how to game plan for Ben Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots' rush defense, where I don't think they will hold Le'Veon Bell completely in check, Le'Veon Bell will not beat the New England Patriots.
No, because they'll even make it so that Le'Veon Bell even may get 100 yards, but eat up the time of possession so that every time the Patriots have the ball, they score, and then the Steelers are grinding out clock, and then they give the ball back to the Patriots, and they score, and then they go. Yeah, it's going to be that. If they try to go with just running, it's going to be horrible.
If Pittsburgh thinks they're going to win this game just by kicking field goals, you're surely mistaken, my friends.
Yeah. Sorry. I have Patriots by 3 points.
By how much?
3.
By 3?
The Patriots by 3. Even though I said it was going to get out of hand, I think that Pittsburgh's going to try to come back and win it.
Garbage time.
Mm-hmm. I think Patriots by 3. Patriots by 3. What you got?
You know where I'm going with my win prediction. I stuck with them all season, ride or die, no matter who the quarterback was, no matter who was on the field. I think the Patriots win this game by a touchdown or more.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, they have been very inconsistent this year against good teams.
Mm-hmm.
And all this talk, I think what's firing up the Patriots defense right now is all this talk of, oh, they haven't played no quarterbacks in the last 10 weeks.
Because, wait a minute. Didn't when the last time the Patriots played Miami, they played Tannehill, right?
No, Tannehill was injured.
Well, he wasn't injured by them. Okay.
The last Pro Bowl caliber quarterback they played was Joe Flacco.
But didn't Tyrod Taylor make the Pro Bowl last year?
Yeah, but it's still Tyrod Taylor.
His best quarterback the Bengals had since Kyle Orton. I mean, the Bills had since Kyle Orton.
That's really not saying much, but
hey, the Bills before they signed Kyle Orton were 0-7, and then they won. They went 8-8. So there's that.
So with that being said, I think this Patriots defense is going to play with a big chip on his shoulder. Because they're going to want to go out there and be like, okay, you don't think we can perform against an elite quarterback? All right. And Big Ben really ain't the most mobile guy in the world right now.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm trying to find the right words while I'm eating this piece of chicken. The Patriots defense is, to me, is one of the most underrated defenses in the NFL. Always has been this year.
Well, yeah, it's considered the weakest point of our team.
Well, and I tell people, if a person gets rid of their best defensive player and does better than they did earlier in the year, what do you think was the problem? You know?
Yeah, the guy who wanted to sit there and play video games with the other guy they traded in the offseason.
Yeah.
The other all-pro player they traded.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to go get Kyle Van Noy. Who? Yeah, he was a first-round draft pick by Lions, but he don't play. Well, he's playing now. We're going to go trade for Martavis Mingo. He hasn't done nothing. Well, he's doing something now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you'll appreciate the fact that Bill Belichick has negated the fact that touchbacks go to the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
By just having Gostkowski kick it to the 1.
Fucking savage. Savage.
It is about time. I was so happy to hear Robert Kraft this weekend. I sent you the article over Facebook.
Yeah, I saw it.
Talking about he's still pissed off about Deflategate. I am so happy about that.
I would be pissed off too. I tell you, it's gonna when that collective bargaining agreement comes up, you know whose head gonna be his own platter.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, in the NFL rulebook, that this thing that happened, which has never been proven, Tom Brady did anything wrong in the first place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the essence of what is in the rulebook, it is always the player who gets in trouble. No team has ever been fined or lost draft picks due to a equipment failure.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots got fined $1 million. They lost a first-round draft pick and a second-round draft pick this year, a fourth-rounder and a third-rounder next year.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They're still 14-2.
Oh Lord.
They have a hot commodity backup quarterback who might just pull a first-rounder for them next year.
Yeah. I mean, you can't argue it, you know? I mean, Sorry, that was a good looking piece of chicken. No, I should like in my power and shit. It was mama's cut. Dude, I'll just cut right to it. While the Falcons are still the best offense in the playoffs right now, the Patriots are still the best well-rounded team in the playoffs right now. You have a quarterback that's going into his tailing years playing better than he's ever had. You have Deion Lewis, who was an Eagles cast-off, who's a star now for New England.
Did you see that thing on Twitter? The guy from the one of the guys on the Browns said whoever traded Deion Lewis from the Browns should be fired. The guy from the Browns who traded Deion Lewis said he was fired.
Exactly. Like, you what? I mean, what?
And LeGarrette Blount's been running with a purpose all season long.
That's the other dude I was going to talk about. LeGarrette Blount has had a monster season for his style of running.
And nobody talked about it.
No, nobody talked about it.
He led the league in rushing touchdowns this year.
Yeah, nobody said nothing. Nobody said not one word. Your boy is a beast. Your boy is an MF beast. He has literally carried the ball and the team. He's carried the ball. He's carried the team. He's done so much this year that you can't even account for it. I mean, what about that one game where he consistently, every time he touched the ball, got a first down?
He's the type of running back that, okay, if you stop him early in the game, later on in the game, you're not going to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get hits.
Mm-hmm.
And, just like Le'Veon Bell, you can contain Le'Veon Bell and you can contain LeGarrette Blount. But here's the difference. D'Angelo Williams is hurt. Deion Lewis is healthy. I don't see any help in Pittsburgh's backfield after Le'Veon Bell.
Nope. Sorry.
Where the Patriots got James White, Deion Lewis, if LeGarrette Blount ain't running the ball well. And I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. Our newcomer, our wide receiver, Michael Floyd, he only had one catch for 9 yards last week. But that's because Tom Brady was on his ass most of the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pittsburgh's defense is nowhere near Houston's.
Yeah.
I think Michael Floyd is going to show out in this game.
I think so, too. I think he's going to put his little stamp on everything.
Because the Pittsburgh defense is going to have to worry about Bennett and Edelman more than anybody else.
Oh, yeah. He's flying the right person up in the slot. It's over, dude. It's fucking over.
I mean, Edelman's going to get his 10 catches, 100 yards.
Of course.
That's guaranteed.
Yeah, he's going to be Tom Brady's favorite target this week. But the problem is that the way that the plays are set up, you don't know how to even defend it right.
Yeah, I mean, it was like back in Wes Welker. You can't cover Julian Edelman.
Nope.
They're not going to do it.
Nope. Sorry. Once you behind you, it's a wrap.
Yeah, and you can go back to the tape of that Miami game. If Edelman gets behind you, watch out for Michael Floyd making a beeline to whoever's chasing him. Remember, he got caught drunk driving in Arizona, then he killed a dolphin.
Yeah.
So, I picked the Falcons and the Patriots. You picked the Falcons and the Patriots. That should be an interesting Super Bowl.
I think so, too.
It'll be physical as all hell, that's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, two different offensive principles. All offense versus all defense. This would be really, really crazy.
I mean, you'll see the wide receiver cornerback battle between Julio Jones and Logan Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Malcolm Butler and Mohamed Sanu.
Yep.
Woo.
It's going to be fire, bro. Fire.
Next week we'll do a little Pro Bowl special next week after we do the results of the AFC Championship games.
Oh yeah, dude, we got the Pro Bowl out here too.
Got the Pro Bowl coming up.
It's out here in Orlando. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it is. The quarterback skills challenge is back this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Pro Bowl is back to being AFC versus NFC.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer fantasy draft. So they're trying to fix things. And I like the fact that the Pro Bowl is a week before the Super Bowl, so we actually have something to talk about and watch next Sunday.
It's funny because I said that they should have did a week-long event for it. Like
They should do it like NHL does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you know, if wishes were fishes.
Yeah, no shit. And anybody who checks this out and they follow our wrestling talk, that have not gone away. We will actually be here tomorrow with that.
Yes. So, well, this chicken is still fucking good.
There's a lot of wrestling we have to cover.
I was gonna say, so understand that in order for me and him to get on here, it's usually a logistical nightmare. Sometimes you gotta pray that we're available all around the same time. My day job has asked me to train a class from 4 to 12:30 Eastern times for the next 2 weeks. So while normally we would have time to do it at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Western or Pacific, I said Western. That hasn't happened this week, but we promise we'll have wrestling talk tomorrow. Then we'll get back into the Pro Bowl swing of things next week, getting prepped for the playoff, prep for the Super Bowl. And then we'll talk about times of doing NBA talk as well. So
yeah, because the NBA All-Star Game is coming up soon.
Yes.
And that's when it's actually that's when it's time to actually start paying attention to the NBA. The halfway point. Just like baseball, the only time to start paying attention to baseball is right at the All-Star Game.
Yeah. So my question to you, sir.
Yes.
Since we're talking about the All-Star Game, and I only ask one question. Do you think that it was wrong for Russell Westbrook to be snubbed as a starter for the All-Star Game?
The man has 22 triple-doubles this year.
The man is averaging a triple-double. He's literally averaging a triple-double this year.
But the two men who are starting, James Harden has gone bananas this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Steph Curry's on the best team in the NBA. Steph Curry's having a down year, which is kind of weird to say because of Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a down year because Kevin Durant has finally found his groove in Golden State.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing is, though, is that while his point numbers have gone down, his playmaking and numbers, assist numbers have gone up. So, Stephen Curry's turned from a scorer to almost, he's trying to get that true point guard feel going. And so far it's working. And maybe I think that's what it is that the unselfish play of the Golden State Warriors versus the selfish play of Russell Westbrook.
Well, Russell Westbrook is really the only person on the team.
Well, they have Oladipo if they made him score points.
They got Steven Adams too, but you don't hear anybody singing his praises anytime soon.
Only in Australia, Phil, or New Zealand.
Mr. Porn Star Mustache himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, yes, as you can see, me and Mr. Black actually pay attention to basketball.
Yes, we do.
I pay attention to all sports. I know when he has time, he does.
Yes. Between work and having an angry 2-year-old, yes, I do pay attention to sports. So I want to apologize to Eyeglass World today. want to apologize to them. If anybody that works at the Eyeglass World is watching this video, there's a location in Orlando, Florida. I want to let them know that I apologize for what happened in their store earlier today. They'll know what it is. I won't tell you. Let's just say there's a puddle of something in the middle of their store. And yeah, that's about it. But Eyeglass World, we're sorry.
Yeah, buddy. But anyway, all right. It's time for your divisional round Crying Jordan Award. Who's the go-to for you?
My divisional round Crying Jordan Award goes. These two teams are going to share this award. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. Well, no, the Dallas Cowboys fan base, not the Dallas Cowboys themselves. The Dallas Cowboys fan base. So the Chiefs, who should have won this game, get the Crying Jordan for not performing to expectations. The Dallas Cowboy fan base gets the Crying Jordan Award because they've been talking all this shit for fucking 18 weeks. And they got exactly what they fucking deserve.
One and fucking done.
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm not going to give a Crying Jordan Award this week because you wrapped that up. But I am going to give you that piece of savagery once again from Coach Belichick. What does home field advantage mean? Go ask Kansas City and Dallas.
Pretty much. Pretty fucking much.
But anyway, you got any last words for this video, my friend?
Aside from that, I'm tired as fuck. Oh, well, of course. As I always say on every video, you take your little finger, little mouse pointer, take it to the left, point it down, hit the subscribe button. And when you do, you will see crazy shenanigans. You might even hear me tell a story or two about bad things that have happened at Eyeglass World. You may just see a random child pop up in a video or two. Who fucking knows? But whatever you do, subscribe, watch the craziness while me and Big Sin talk about sports, talk about football, talk about wrestling, live stream video games, whatever. Just do it.
And I would like to make a special announcement right now. I'm looking at the YouTube app on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It says Big Sin, and it's got my subscriber count there.
Yo.
Have you seen the subscriber count?
No. Now that I'm
as of right now, in this video, well, let me see if I can actually get a picture of it on the screen. You see it?
1,028.
What'd you say my goal was by the end of January?
1,000.
So thank you, people. Now do me a favor, just watch the fucking videos.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Don't let your memes just be memes.
Fuck, use me for a meme. I got the face for it.
Woo!
And also, I'm not going to pander to you to hit that like button because I know that's how the YouTube algorithm is working right now. All you got to look up is Big Sin NFL. That's it.
Yeah.
You'll find it. Big Sin WWE. Big Sin and Jay Black. It don't fucking matter. Just look up Big Sin. Hit up Hollywood Jay Black on Twitch. I know he hasn't been there for about a week because of his training schedule.
But I will be up on there tomorrow because Iron fucking Banner is on, and I haven't played any of the Iron Banner yet myself on Destiny. Well, as far as I haven't played this version, I've literally been so busy, and when I'm coming home, I haven't felt like even shooting people. That tells you how tired I fucking am. So tomorrow, Iron Banner is on like fucking Donkey Kong.
I am confused.
What?
I looked up at the news as we were talking, and the thing that was going on the thing that said a restaurant in Idaho is giving discounts for rat sightings.
Rat sightings?
Motherfuckers, if I see a rat in your restaurant, I ain't gonna be in your restaurant.
He said a restaurant was giving discounts for rats.
Motherfucker, this is not DreamWorks Pictures. This is not motherfucking Ratatouille.
Rat sightings, wow.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually, on the end of this video, I know it has nothing to do with the NFL, but me and Mr. Black will talk about this tomorrow because this man actually meant a lot in our childhood while we were both growing up.
Oh yeah.
And we both felt the loss of a legend this past week.
Yes. Superfly Jimmy Snuka passed away earlier this week. My condolences go out to his family. My mom was really sad about it because she definitely grew up watching Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Got her through a lot of, wrestling, and just got her through hard times. And she remembers the whole thing vividly with Superfly Jimmy Snuka, Don Morocco.
Off the cage, the same thing that made Mick Foley want to be a wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's sad. It's sad to see one of your legends pass away. We knew he was sick for a little bit, but it's still sad when they go.
And I said it on my wrestling videos. I said it here. The Undertaker is my all-time favorite, and the streak would have never happened if it wasn't for Jimmy Snuka, because he was number one.
Exactly. That's true. Very fucking true. Very fucking true.
Anyway, we're going to end this note on this. We'll see y'all tomorrow for the Wrestle Talk. I am Big Sin. That is Jay Black.
Yes, sir.
We are out this bitch, and we will see you tomorrow.
Peace.